Here's the deal. Two portable power stations, same 1,000 watt-hours, same $550 price tag. Both Amazon bestsellers. One says Anker SOLIX C1000 on the box, the other says EcoFlow Delta 2. Both promise a true 1,800 watts of AC output. Both claim 3,000 cycles. Both want you to believe they're the last power station you'll ever need to buy. But only one of them actually earns your money. And the reason why is something nobody in the comparison videos is mentioning. Give me 10 minutes and I'll save you a $500 mistake. Over the next 12 minutes, I'm going to walk you through 4 objective categories where these two power stations face off: real AC power, ports and connectivity, charging speed and UPS, and expandability. After that, I'll give you a verdict by user profile because, let's be real, there is no single winner here. There's a winner for each type of buyer. And to wrap things up, I built out a full home backup kit with everything you actually need beyond just the battery itself. Because grabbing a power station and stopping there is the most expensive mistake people make. Everything is linked in the description. Let's start with Category 1. Category 1, real AC power output. And here comes the first lie I wanted to walk you through: the EcoFlow Delta 2. Proudly advertises X-Boost technology pushing up to 2,700 watts. Sounds amazing, right? Problem is, that number actually belongs to the Delta 2 Max, a bigger and more expensive model. The official spec sheet for the standard Delta 2, the one we're actually comparing today, confirms an X-Boost ceiling of 2,200 watts. That's 500 watts less than what most reviewers casually throw around online. The Anker SOLIX C1000, on the other hand, holds the same 1,800 watt nominal AC output, with a surge pad peak of 2,400 watts. That's 200 watts more headroom than the Delta 2 in those critical surge moments. You know that split second when an air conditioner kicks in or a blow dryer hits full power and the current spikes hard? That's when surge headroom matters. What does this mean in real life? With the Anker, you can run a mid-range single induction cooktop pulling 2,200 watts on startup before settling around 1,500. The Delta 2 will also handle it, but you're sitting closer to the ceiling. For continuous loads, both happily push 1,700 sustained watts for hours without breaking a sweat. No real difference there. Point goes to Anker for Category 1, small but real edge, 200 extra watts of surge headroom. For boiling water, running a small dryer, or charging an EV in emergency trickle mode, the Anker leaves you a wider margin. Category 2, ports, and the script flips here. The Anker C1000 ships with 11 ports. 6 standard 120-volt AC outlets on the US model, 2 USB-C ports rated at 100 watts each, 2 USB-A ports at 12 watts, 1 12-volt cigarette lighter port, and 2 DC barrel outputs. More than enough for a small home, a WFH setup, or a weekend at the campsite. The EcoFlow Delta 2 jumps to 15 ports. 6 AC outlets too, 2 USB-C ports at 100 watts each, but it adds 2 regular USB-A at 12 watts and another 2 USB-A fast charge at 18 watts each, 1 car port and 2 DC 551 ports. That's 4 extra outputs over the Anker, 3 if we adjust for the USB-A split. Sounds like a small thing on paper. In real life, it matters way more than you'd think. Picture this: the power goes out on a hot July night. You want to keep the Wi-Fi router running, an LED lamp, charge 2 phones at full speed, 2 laptops, a tablet for the kids, and a USB flashlight. With the Delta 2, you plug everything in at once, no power strip needed. With the Anker, you run out of slots and you're scrambling for an extension cord. Tiny detail, big quality of life difference. Clear point for EcoFlow on this category. Category 3, charging speed and the backup system. This is where Anker shines. The Anker C1000 uses hyperflash technology to take the battery from 0 to 80% in 43 minutes and a full 100% in 58 minutes, less than an hour from dead empty. That's wild. It means if a power outage hits with the unit drained, you can have it back to full in under an hour and ready for another full night. The EcoFlow Delta 2, with its extreme tech, gets to 80% in 50 minutes and a full charge around 80 minutes total. 22 minutes slower at the back end of the curve. Not a deal breaker, but it's a noticeable gap. Now, the data point I think matters most. the backup system itself. The Anker is a true UPS with a switchover time under 20 milliseconds. The Delta 2 is an EPS, an emergency power supply, with a switchover under 30 milliseconds. What does that mean in practice? A desktop computer can lose your work if the cutover takes longer than 20 milliseconds. An NAS server can corrupt a drive. A CPAP machine can reset itself mid-sleep. With the Anker, the switchover is so fast that sensitive equipment doesn't even notice the grid dropped. With the Delta 2, you're right at the edge, and some setups can absolutely feel it. If your priority is protecting a serious WFH setup, a home lab, NAS, or critical medical equipment, the Anker is objectively better in this category. Point Anker. And we get to category 4, the one that actually breaks the tie for a lot of buyers. Expandability and dollar per watt hour value. This is where some of you are going to be surprised. The Anker SOLIX C1000 does not accept expansion batteries. It stays at 1056 watt-hours forever. If 2 years from now your needs grow, you have to sell the unit and move to a different model entirely. The EcoFlow Delta 2, on the other hand, was designed as a modular ecosystem from day one. You can hook up a Delta 2 expansion battery and add another full kilowatt-hour, taking you to 2,048 watt-hours. Snap on a Delta Max Smart Extra battery, and you climb all the way to 3,040 watt-hours. That is nearly tripled capacity using the same main station. 3 full days of household backup just by stacking modules instead of replacing your hardware. Real-world pricing on Amazon US as of May 2026. The Delta 2 sits around $499 when it's on sale and around $650 at standard pricing, with a $999 MSRP. The Anker C1000 floats between $549 and $649 on sale with a $799 MSRP. Pure value, basically a tie when both are discounted. But once you factor in the expandability path, the Delta 2 wins this category, no contest. Point EcoFlow. Quick recap, Anker wins on surge power, charging speed, and UPS Delta 2 wins on ports and expandability. We're at a 2-2 technical tie. So what do you actually buy? Here's the honest answer. The decision comes down to your profile, not the spec sheet. If you are someone who wants a fixed home backup, your Wi-Fi router, a small fridge, your phones, and you know that's going to be your need for the next 5 years. No growth plans, grab the Anker SOLIX C1000. It charges faster, it protects sensitive electronics better through that sub-20 millisecond UPS. It is more compact, and you will live with it without ever thinking about it again. If you live on a rural property, in an off-grid cabin, in an RV, or you have the feeling that next year you might want to step up to 2 kilowatt-hours because you're adding a small mini-split or running a more demanding induction cooktop, get the EcoFlow Delta 2 without hesitation. It is the only one of the two you can grow without throwing your investment in the trash. And for the home lab and serious WFH crowd running a workstation, medical equipment, or a NAS Anker, that sub-20 millisecond true UPS is not up for debate. Personally, if I had to pick one and only one for my own house today, I would lean Delta 2 because of the expandability. Life changes, kids grow up, houses get more loaded, and I'd rather own a modular system than a closed box unit at the same price. But that's my call, not yours. Yours can be different and well argued. Before we wrap up, let me talk about the kit. Buying just the power station and calling it a day is the most expensive mistake people make. So I built the Tecnorama Home Backup Kit 1 kilowatt-hour, fully linked in the description and on a dedicated page I prepared for you guys. The kit covers 5 things that change the experience. 1, the winning power station for your profile, Anker or EcoFlow. 2, a 200-watt foldable solar panel with MC4 connectors, which is the universal standard both stations accept, without weird adapters. 3, a heavy-duty 10-meter outdoor extension cord rated for continuous use, so you can route power to the room that actually matters during an outage. 4, a set of reinforced MC4 solar cables to extend your panel without losing amperage to cheap copper. And 5, a USB rechargeable LED flashlight that charges directly from the unit and solves the first 60 seconds of any outage without you digging through drawers in the dark. 5 products, all verified, all linked with affiliate codes in the description. If the full kit is overkill and you'd rather pick individual pieces, I left every product separately below. I also included 2 premium picks if you're stepping up to real 2 kilowatt-hour territory: the Delta 3 Plus and the Bluetti Elite 200 EV2, both fully reviewed in other videos on this channel. Quick wrap so nothing gets lost. Anker SOLIX C1000 if you want a fixed home backup, fast charging, and a true UPS. EcoFlow Delta 2 if you want room to grow, more ports, and slightly better dollar per watt hour with deals. Both are honest products, both are at the same overall tier, and the right choice depends on how you actually live. If this video helped you out, hit subscribe and drop a like. That tiny gesture is what keeps this channel running. If you have a specific question about your setup, leave it in the comments and I'll answer personally. And if you want to skip straight to the kit, the link is pinned to the top. Catch you in the next one. Stay charged